My family is pressuring me to give my wedding venue to my little sister because she needs it more and is pregnant. Am I a jerk here? Before you judge me, let me tell you the full context of my family story. Part 1. My fiancé and I have been together for 8 years, and we've been engaged for 3. During that time, I was busy with my PhD program, which made planning the wedding quite a challenge. Thankfully, my fiancé took on much of the work, and we were thrilled when we finally booked our dream venue. It was everything we wanted and more, and we scheduled it for September of this year, just after my graduation. We had to book it 3 years in advance because it was so popular. A few months ago, my sister got engaged to her fiancé. They were planning a spring wedding for next year and had a few vendors lined up, but no venue yet. Last weekend, our parents invited us and our significant others to a family barbecue. During the gathering, my sister announced to everyone that she was expecting a baby. Naturally, everyone was overjoyed for her and my soon-to-be brother-in-law, who is a really great guy. My nan asked my sister if they were still planning on having the wedding on the set date or if they were going to wait because of the baby. My sister responded that she hoped to move it to September, and Nan offered to help her with the planning. Then my sister dropped a bombshell. She turned to me and said, "I was really hoping we could take your venue? I really can't stress myself too much with planning a wedding while going to maternity classes. It would mean a lot to me." Silence fell over the group. All eyes were on me, expecting me to say, "Yes, of course, anything for my little sister." My brother-in-law looked uncomfortable and tried to tell her that they had discussed this and it wasn't okay to put me on the spot. But my sister insisted, "Don't be like that. My sister wants to do what's best for me, so it's no big deal, right?" I was taken aback. Well, it kind of is a big deal. I don't know. I've had my heart set on this venue. My sister started crying and stormed off. Nan scolded me, saying I was being selfish because my sister needed the venue more than I did. My mother chimed in, "You've waited 3 years. Would it kill you to wait a few more months? When has your sister ever asked you for something?" My fiancé got really mad, and we left the barbecue. Later, my sister called me, still crying, saying it was unfair that I always get what I want and that I could have done this one thing for her. My dad texted me, saying it's just a venue and what matters is the person you're marrying. He was kind of right, but we had been planning this for so long. My fiancé was furious with my family and didn't even want my sister to come to the wedding. Now, my family is threatening not to come because they think I'm being selfish and that my sister needs the venue more due to the stress of having a baby. Part 2. My brother-in-law called me to apologize for the inconvenience. He said he had discussed it with my sister, and she had promised not to ask me for the venue. He was upset with her for breaking that promise and warned me that my sister was blaming me for potentially ruining her marriage. My father kept sending texts, saying things like, "I hope you're happy. Your sister hasn't stopped crying since yesterday." My fiancé and I decided to remove my sister from the bridal party and replace her with my aunt, who was the only family member who took my side. We were still deciding whether to invite my family at all. To make matters worse, my mother called my fiancé's parents and told them it would be best if my sister got the venue because she was pregnant and preeclampsia ran in the family. My future father-in-law told her to mind her own business and essentially told her off for expecting something so ridiculous. Now my mom was crying too, saying that my father-in-law was an ass. Thankfully, my fiancé's parents were incredibly supportive. They came over with dinner and wine and reassured us that no matter what, they would be our safety net. I was so relieved. I cried with happiness. Part 3. This story blew up after I posted it online, garnering a lot of attention and support. It even reached mainstream media, which led to more drama. My sister found the post while browsing Reddit and lost her mind. She accused me of painting her as a lunatic and misinterpreting facts. She said that the opinion of internet strangers didn't matter because family is more important, and I should focus on making our family happy. I sent her a message. "I'm sorry you perceived it that way. I didn't distort what happened. Maybe you remember the night differently, but I'm done bending to your will. My whole life, I've been your servant and your doormat. Remember all the birthdays I had to share with you because you threw tantrums when you didn't get presents? Or when you cried so I would fill out job applications for you. But the worst was when you ruined my graduation. I'm done. I spoiled you, but I won't anymore. If you want to marry before your baby is born, look at Hotel X that offers last-minute weddings. I've spent too much time planning my wedding to give it to you. If you want to ruin our relationship over this, go ahead. I'll sleep soundly knowing it wasn't my fault." She only responded with, "Wow, you must love me so very much," and blocked me. She unblocked me the next morning to send me this. Wedding planner. "Hello dear. I got the message from your mother. and we'll proceed with the rebooking of the venue on the spot. However, this will have extra costs as we have to change the names on the contract. Please come by my office tomorrow so we can sign the new contract. Sister, that's great. I'll be there at 9. Part 4. My parents haven't contacted me since the incident with my future father-in-law. My older brother, who lives in another city and couldn't initially attend the wedding due to work, reached out. Mom had told him that I had offered to give up the venue and then humiliated my sister. I told him the truth, and he had no trouble believing me. We talked about our parents' behavior, and he confessed that he moved partly because of how poorly they treated us. My brother decided to attend the wedding, and he will be walking me down the aisle. We contacted all our vendors and the venue directly to set up passwords and prevent any changes without our consent. We also canceled the catering my parents paid for, which meant we had to plan a DIY buffet with the help of friends and family. Despite all the drama, the support from my fiancé's family and our friends has been overwhelming. They're helping us create a beautiful wedding, even if it's not exactly what we originally planned. Thank you to everyone who helped me see how toxic my family is. If they apologize sincerely, they might be allowed to come to the wedding. If not, I still have my brother, my aunt, and my new family. And now, we look forward to our wedding day, knowing it will be filled with love and support from those who truly care about us.